it equates to quite a big amount of our annual volume and turnover in business. Um, and it's a technology stretch for some people. Typically, this market, having been in it for a few years, I think I'm on my 28th year this year of trying to sell machine tools. We
Trying to
grew.
sell.
Say again?
Trying to sell.
Yeah, indeed. Trying to sell, always trying. We grew up as a market understanding 40 taper machines. Um, so you tend to find because what you're used to, we're creatures of habit. I've always had a 40 taper machine. I'm going to buy another 40 taper machine because that's the technology that and maybe there's a fear of the unknown. And also in this market, I think we're very brand orientated, like consistency, um, which I don't really get, and you don't see in a lot of other markets. I'm fortunate enough to travel quite a bit, and I go to some of the European markets, or mostly the European markets, and they tend to buy based on the right machine for the application.
Yeah.
We tend to buy based on, well, I've already got one of them, so I'm going to buy another one, which seems a bit counterproductive to me when I look at some applications. I was talking to a company not so long ago that had got, you mentioned a name, and I'm not being derogatory. I mean, they're really good machines, and for the right application, absolutely super. He got 26 Haas machines, done him an absolutely sterling job, got him to where he needs to be. And I'm looking at speed and efficiency and the type of work that he does. And the output of our little brother machine, I will half the cycle time. It's a fact. Minimum 30%, but I'll probably half it. In extreme circumstances, when there's a lot of positional work, I could take up to 70% out of a cycle time. We don't need that many machines. Yeah, we don't need that much footprint. We don't need that much electricity.
I was
We
going to
don't
say
need that
you've commented, you
maintenance.
posted quite a lot about the efficiency of them and the power kind of saving of your machines as well. Yeah, the footprint as well.
Yeah, so I mean, the four key elements of a brother is footprint, is efficiency of cutting. You'll be straight out of the box compared to an ISO machine. You'll typically be 20 to 30% faster. And it's to do with the dynamics, as you can imagine, of the machine. So efficiency of cycle, efficiency of energy. So they use, and we've got empirical data that proves this time and time again. They use about 80% less electricity, 80. So what does that mean? It's about £6,000 per shift per year, and they're half your cycle time. So I need half as many, and they use 80% less per unit. And then the one thing that manufacturers don't tend to talk about, but we love to talk about, is reliability. Brothers just don't go wrong. Their reliability is insane. So they're the four key elements of a brother machine. But getting back to your question, how do we find it selling against some of the other brands? Well, because the UK market is very 40 taper orientated, and we grew up with the likes of Bridgeport and Cincinnati, and if you're old enough, you'll remember machines like Beaver, as I am.
I've worked on some, is it Burkhardt Webbers and
Okay, yeah, yeah.
some older machines.
And they're all 40 taper. So we're creatures of habit, and we're very brand orientated. So I've had a black and green one. I'm just going to have another one of them. And it's it's a bit short sighted when you look at what some customers are doing. You think, I can really help you here. And we can deliver a difference for your business because it's about, and I do get the argument, don't get me wrong, sometimes I do get the argument about consistency. If it's right for the process and, you put the same in again and the same in again. I do struggle a little bit with the concept of I've all got to have the same control system every time, because that surely is flattened by the onset of some fantastic CAD/CAM systems that are out there, post-processor development and centralizing programming and program storage. So selling against some of these brands can be really difficult because they're really strong. They've got a very good presence from a marketing point of view, which I've been working on with a team over the last sort of 12 months. And it's also the fear of the unknown. But those customers that are prepared to take that step change and just look a little bit closer. I guess all we ask for is just look a little bit closer. It might change your direction completely in terms of what you can deliver as a business. And we've got some fantastic examples of that.